Hi, and welcome back to the channel, and thanks for checking out the video. Today, we're looking at a classic, really. This is a Peavey Millennium Plus 5-string. Millennium, because they made these at the turn of the millennium. So this here is pretty sure, I didn't double check the date, but it's a 2000 bass. Peavey used to make a lot of instruments in the United States, believe it or not. Back in the late 90s, they decided to try to get into the boutique space, and they made two lines of basses. They had the Cirrus, which was a neck-through, all exotic woods type of instrument, where you can get in bubinga and walnut and redwood and different types of finishes, and the Millennium, which was more of a Fender-style offshoot. It's very Lakelandly, the vibes. Lakelandly, just creating words. And you know, I'm remiss to say that I'm not sure, but I'm pretty sure that I think Peavey might have predated Lakeland a bit, at least in the mass production. Lakeland has the 5502, and the 02 in the Lakeland refers to 2002. So this was out a good 2 years before Lakeland came out with theirs. So what do we got? Well, we have a 35-inch scale. And all the Millenniums were 35-inch scale, even the 4-strings. This has an alder body. It has a flame maple top. This one is called Tiger Eye, this finish, and this is beautiful. Maple neck with a Pearl Faro fingerboard. Nice and heavy duty. We have fancy, they're hip shot style, I think, but I think they're Peavey. We have a gloss finish on the neck. There's one little ding right there on this bass. They're both humbuckers, these pickups. This is a jazz style, and then of course a Music Man style. And you know, I could be wrong, but these are one of the first mass-produced basses that had this type of pickup combination. We have a nice lightweight bridge here. Feels like it's aluminum, with either a string-through body or through the bridge, the top loader. These came stock with Dunlop strap locks on them. I have replaced the Dunlops with showers, which I use. We have the Millennium Preamp, which you used to be able to buy separately. I think Peavey's out of stock on them now. But this was actually a more preferred preamp than what the Cirrus came with. And it's pretty straightforward. You have your master volume, your blend, and you have your treble boost, your mid boost and cut with a sweepable frequency, and a bass boost and cut. Pretty straightforward. The pickups are active, as is the preamp. These are VFL pickups, is what Peavey called them. You have an 18-volt preamp. So there's two batteries under here. I'm not taking it apart because it's a pain in the neck, but there's a little bit of a bulge here because the batteries just kind of shove in there. It's not the greatest, but you do have a 5-neck join here, and full access up to your 21st fret. And I said this was really a big deal back in the aughts when these first came out, because it was really bringing a premium boutique quality to a little bit more affordability. There's a bit of a cult around these. I myself, this is my 4th Millennium I've owned in my time. I had 2 different 4-strings. I had a 5-string that was in a blue finish that was incredible. Unfortunately, I sold that one back at the end of the 2010s with the Great Recession. I had some issues, and I ended up selling a whole lot of stuff. I regret to this day having sold that bass. I got it at an incredibly cheap price because Peavey has like a lot of companies, they name things similarly, and there are a couple lines of Millenniums. There are 2 different U.S. models. There's a passive and an active. And then there's also 2 different import ones, a passive and an active, and those were called BXPs, I believe. And my US Millennium Plus, my first one, 5-string that I bought, was tagged, and they thought it was an import. And so I got it for $250, and it was an incredible deal. And I sold it for much more than that. But again, like I said, I regret ever having sold it. I was able to stumble upon this one at a store. This one was going for $600, complete with the case. Barely touched. The electronics were very dirty, so they had to clean those up. But other than a little ding here in the headstock, it looks virtually unplayed. And it was nice. Came with some nice case candy too, including a Peavey monitor magazine. Anybody may remember those if you've been around as long as I have. But it was cool. It had Eddie Van Halen on the cover of the magazine because he was an endorsing artist before he branched off and he went from Music Man to Peavey to his own brand, which is now owned by Fender. But he was on the cover, and it's a 1999 model edition. In the bass section, they don't even have the Millennium listed. They got the Cirrus, but not the Millennium, so that's how old that is. That was pretty cool. If you look around, you can find them. Again, there's kind of a cult around these instruments. If you know what you got, you want to hang on to it. Like I said, I regret having sold mine in the past, but I got this one here, and I intend to keep this one. So, all right, so we are going direct out pre-EQ out of my Mesa WD-800 head. And what do we got here? So these are both pickups full up. There's no passive mode, so it's always active, but the EQs are centered. Yeah, I know I screwed up the riff, but we'll let it go. Anyways, that's the natural sound of this bass. I think that sounds fantastic. I brought this to a jam that I was hosting, and one other bass player came, but she was hanging out and she didn't have her bass with her. But she, hey, I'm more than happy to let her use mine, and she was like, "Wow, that's a really nice sounding bass you got there." And then a guy who plays his guitar a lot, but he claims that he started off on bass. He saw this and he's like, "Wow, I have the Cirrus. I love those basses. This is great. Can I play?" So he did a set too. And again, lots of compliments. That's always nice, but I don't do it for that. But I absolutely love this bass. But let's go with the neck pickup by itself. Oops, a little bad technique there. You're not supposed to hit down the string. Here's the bridge pickup by itself. Cool. So I'm going to go back up to the neck. So that was the bass boosted all the way and the treble boosted all the way. So here's the bass boosted again. Here's the treble boosted all the way. Not too harsh, huh? Let's go to the mid. And this is the highest frequency, boosted all the way. And a little crackle in there, so still a little cleaning to do there. But here we go. I'm going to pluck the open E, and I'm going to rotate. I'm going to roll off the frequency. So the frequency is it's boosted, and I'm going to go from the highest setting to the lowest. back, this is cool. This is one of the cool features I like of a bass with a sweepable mid. You can get some wah sounds happening. So this is fun. So I'm going to here. Now the mids are cut. So that's cut. So I think you can really see the power in a sweepable mid frequency. Hope I made my case. Variable mid frequencies, that's all I ask for on active basses. And again, that was just the neck pickup. Here's the bridge. Bass up all the way, bridge. Treble up all the way. What I like about that, no, the treble's not too harsh, huh? So anyways, there you go. Bass was boosted. I had the highest mid frequency rolled back a bit and the treble rolled back a little bit. Nice little tone. Both pickups were full up. Alright, so there you have it. There is the Peavey Millennium Plus 5-string. Made in USA. Kind of a closet classic. I doubt you'll see a whole lot of specimens in the condition I found this one in. Like I said, it was virtually unplayed. For some reason, the neck was a little bowed, needed to be set. Oh, it has the adjustment wheel. Top. They might have beaten Music Man, or I don't know. They might not. I think they might have come over from Eddie coming over with Music Man. Might have brought the adjustment at the heel over for the neck, but I could be wrong. But seriously, this is an awesome bass, relatively lightweight. You know, maybe 8-9 pounds. Average weight for a 5-string, 35-inch scale, which some people don't like, but you know, I have no issues with them. You'll see these going around all crazy prices, probably anywhere between $500 and $1,500, because people try to get as much as they can for some. And yeah, you know, you're not going to find these anymore. They're not around. They're not being made brand new. There's a bit of a, if you know what it is, it's one of those types of things. Peavey American-made basses are criminally underrated. They never quite had the same push as the Fender and the Gibsons, especially Fender, but they were doing some innovative stuff. And really, this is I can't say enough about a Millennium. Again, I don't intend to ever get rid of this bass, but let me know what you think. Thanks for checking this one out. Feel free to subscribe if you like what you see. Check out my playlist of other videos and all on bass reviews and amps, and rock on.